You do not need to have anxiety around food or nutrition after a cancer diagnosis. You don't. Even though you feel like there's so many things that you're going to have to keep track of. I've had so many of my one-on-one clients come to me and be like, I'm doing these 20 things, these 30 things. They don't need to do any of them. In fact, I've literally had clients come to me with their list of to-dos that they feel they have to do. They've been completely worn out, but they're motivated, just like you, to do everything they can to be strong during treatments and then also reduce risk of recurrence after. So it makes sense that they would, do these things. However, once we go through them, me as your cancer dietitian, once we go through these lists of 20, 30, all these things that you feel like you're supposed to do, I share with you and you discover you don't have to do those things. And eating really well during cancer treatments and eating really well to reduce risk of recurrence is actually a lot more simple than society and social media makes you think. Okay, so I'm going to give you the 3 things that you want to focus on just to kind of get you started, the 3 things to focus on during treatment and after. Also, you might be thinking like, well, thanks for telling me, Nichole, to not have anxiety, but I have it. It's here. You know how to overcome anxiety? The best way to overcome anxiety is face those things that make you anxious. So meal times, eating the foods that are safe that I share with you, everything that I post and create and in my programs and what I teach you is very intentional. Okay, so I've been a cancer dietitian for 13 years. I've worked with thousands of cancer survivors. I'm up to date on all the evidence-based strong human data on what you can do and how you can eat well to perform really well during treatments and after. So everything I'm sharing with you is the truth. And so that's what happens in these other pages that like talk bad about like food dyes or seed oils. They're spreading you misinformation. They're sharing with you their opinion on what they think about Diet Coke or artificial sweeteners. The facts are that the only 2 foods that are going to increase cancer risk are processed meats and alcohol. And the rest of them are safe. And you should know that, and you can make informed decisions. It doesn't mean you have to follow everything that I say, but I want you to have options and discover how you want to eat. The 3 things that you want to focus on during cancer treatment is number 1, getting enough protein. This can be from plant proteins, protein powder, protein beverages, or animal proteins. You really want to only omit processed meats like your sausage, deli meats, bacon, things like that. But besides that, protein should be front and center of all your meals and snacks during cancer treatment because you are going to utilize and need so much more protein during cancer treatment. Number 2 is going to be movement and exercise. Even if you haven't moved or exercised before cancer treatments, it is a great time to start. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym every day now for 2 hours. That's not what I'm saying, but it definitely is going to help to improve treatment outcomes. And in fact, link in my bio for my the Power of Nutrition. This is a course designed specifically for cancer survivors during cancer treatment, so you can be outlined with every single detail of how you want to eat really well to have the best treatment outcomes. And then lastly is you don't want to add anything extra that you don't need that's unnecessary. So herbals, questionable supplements, things that are not recommended by your doctor, you want to skip all those. Now let's talk about the things you want to focus on once treatment ends and you want to build a cancer prevention lifestyle to reduce risk of recurrence. So first off, instead of now focusing on having all protein at the front center of all your meals, you're going to want to have plant foods at the front center of your meal. 2/3 of all of your plates and meals should contain plant foods. These plant foods have antioxidants, phytochemicals, and fiber. All of these things are going to reduce your cancer risk. More plant foods. Number 2, you're going to continue the exercise that you're already doing during cancer treatment because you're amazing. You're going to continue that into your lifestyle and get at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity each week. In addition to that, you're going to move more. I don't want you sitting. I don't want a sedentary lifestyle. That's going to increase cancer risk. We want to reduce risk of recurrence. You want to do more movement. And then lastly, to help to support reducing cancer recurrence is you want to omit processed meats and alcohol. Those are the only 2 foods that are going to increase cancer risk, which will also increase risk of recurrence. Removing these 2 foods are going to make a huge impact to reducing cancer risk.